Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, a hard mode playthrough in the Tatooine on the Imandra map. And picking up where we left off in the last episode, heading out of that logging camp. And there's a couple of things in this corner that I think I might as well do while I'm here. And that's mainly like this lost trailer task. Seems like a thing I could do while I'm here in this scout, rather than leaving that when I would need to come back here with a scout. It seems more fuel efficient to just do it now. It seems like a scouting related type task. And then we'll decide what to do after that. I haven't really got a game plan for this one. There may end up being a bit more scouting, some tasks, maybe start bringing stuff in for the garage quest. We'll see how we go. I uncovered this with the radar, but I haven't actually seen what it is yet. Lost trailer. Ordered a new trailer to help moving a few hives around. It got stuck on the way here. Can you pull it out? It's not a long way off. $1,900. Not a lot of money, but not a long way off. Sounds like a good, fair judgment to me. Got stuck on the way here. Interesting. Let's have a look. So it's up there, up this trail, which is what I assumed, which is why the route says that. But it's the comment that it's on its way here. So what I'm wondering there is where was it on its way from? Because it kind of looks like a bit of a wilderness area. We'll see. I don't know the type of trailer. I'm hoping it's something I can drag out with a Tatooine. So there it is as a waypoint. Bit of icy rock, but there are trees, so I see I should be alright. Get up this. Not getting up there without trees, though, am I? Thanks, devs, for the trees. Unexpected boost. Just gonna have a quick look at the view without going over the edge, if that's alright. I'm not driving down that, that's too steep. All I'm gonna do is damage. I just wanted to have a look at this. So there's a POI, blue POI type box on the floor I can see. So that is an area that I'll have to go. I'm sure there'll be a scouting mission that sends me in there. Nice. Let's get this thing on a rope and get it out. Loop. You would though, wouldn't you? You just weld a tow hitch onto the back of this thing if it was yours. That's a water lake, not a frozen lake, which is interesting, because there's another thing to collect from the other side of it. Beehives. $1,900. Fairly quick. What'd that take? 5 minutes? Not bad, is it? I'm interested in having a little look at whatever this ledge is. Should I do that? Is that because I'm here? Even if I can't. New pool, which isn't one that I've tagged yet. But I'm interested in seeing if I can get there and then see if this is one of the ones on skids that I could tow out with this just as well as I could a big truck. So I'm going to have a little sniff. May not be possible, but we'll have a little look. So it does look like one of the containers that's on skids. Question is, should you try and use a 3-slot cargo to lift it? Can it even be lifted? Or if it can it be strapped in? Or is it best to tow it? Broken ice might be a bit of a challenge. But I'll see the Tatooine as being just as capable of towing it as anything else that I've got, really. If it's a tow job. Task. So, folks speak of a king-size catfish living somewhere to the south. Could you bring my stuff there? Accept. $3,900. Yes, I could. I heard the helicopter again. This helicopter keeps buzzing me. And then on the map, where does it need to go? So it's New Pool. It's got to go there, which is kind of on the way up to north. And I wouldn't mind getting up through that road anyway. I know I said that I'd explore this middle bit of the map, but I wouldn't mind joining the west side of the map, north to south, and then think about the middle afterwards. Maybe in this episode still, but yeah, at least pull this out a bit. So let's see how I do with the Tatooine to try and drag that across this. But it's how much it'll get stuck on this bumpy stuff that bothers me, really, more than the Tatooine's pulling ability. I don't know whether it's been coded to get caught, but it looks like it's sliding over it quite happily. Get some tasks done. It's another map that is same as Lake Cobb. It's light on contracts, light on contest, heavy on tasks. And I don't really want to just do the same as I did on Cobb and end up with all of the tasks at the end. I want to mix it up a little bit as I go through the map. That's why I've come down to do these two, basically. Right. That was easy enough to get it out from there to the road. And really, this will just open up bits of the map for me in what I hope will be a useful way anyway. So I'm going to push on and try and do this delivery. This is kind of big truck road, isn't it? If you got chains on, ice like this is not worrying at all. So these things are coded to glide like they got no friction at all. Doesn't matter what the terrain type is. These I've only towed these across sheet ice before, and they behave very well. It's like it's got a 0 friction glide box on it, which is nice. I was a bit worried that I might be digging my way in all the way up the road. New pool not selected. It is selected. You what? That okay, so I've totally gone the wrong direction anyway. That's me being happy with my progress, so I've got to be down here. Fine. Fine, turn it around. I saw the marker on the map, the new pool. That's just another place you can pick up the task, the same as this one down here. So the actual delivery point is there. Should have paid attention to that, I was going to the wrong thing. Turn around. There's some kind of POI here, what's this for? Is this going to update one of mine? So it has. I don't know what it updated, but that just updated probably one of the photography ones. That's one of my scouting tasks. It's just had an update. That's cool. See, I came up here deliberately. That wasn't a mistake at all. Nobody's going to believe that, are they? down here? Is this the path? Path down onto that piece of lake? Yes, it is. And then I need to stay on the north side of this water. Right, here we are. Good luck catching your catfish, mate. Ideal spot. I should have moved here sooner. Yeah, but if you leave it there, when the thaw comes, this is going to be another thing I've got to rescue. Isn't it? It's irresponsible to just leave it there on that ice, but it's his, not mine, so up to him. I say his, obviously it could be hers. So that's a trailer or a car. Is that a TUS 166? Looks like a TUS 166. Let's have a quick look at that. Don't know where that's going to go, but I just spotted a car out of the corner of my eye up on that map. Could also do with a crossing point here, really. So I'm not seeing a task marker for it. No. Oh, I just auto attached the winch. No. I just auto attached the winch and the stupid thing dived off the edge of the cliff. So I'm going to have to go forward a bit and try, because otherwise, look at it, like it's just gone. There we go. That's a first for me. Yeah, okay, I'm a bit rough at rescuing your vehicles for you. But I've never actually drowned one entirely before. It just jumped. As soon as I attached a winch to it, it just jumped in the water. That was funny. I kind of want to pull it around. Not that I really care. Don't even know where I got to take this, by the way. I'm just collecting it because I'm nearby. See if the map tells me anything at all. So there's this aftermath of the hurricane, which I haven't yet tagged, I don't think. No. So I doubt if it'll be delivered quite that close to home. Yeah, I don't know where this thing has to be delivered. I haven't uncovered whatever it requires yet, but at least I've got it away from the edge. There's a house here, but I doubt if it's delivered that close. I'll take it around and have a look. And if it's not a task for here, I'll just leave it there so that at least I know where to come back for it and it's not sat in the water. No, it's definitely not that one then. Fair enough. Engine off. Aftermath of the hurricane. We had a hurricane yesterday. It wrecked stuff all over the place. Can you drive along the route and see if it can be traversed? $4,500. Track it. And look at the map. Right, okay. So I think this is another one where there's a landslide here. And I want to get that done really before I start messing around up. It is the route I want to go to because there's a fuel trailer up here that I want. But it's a large truck fuel trailer, and if I'm done on the top of that hill, then I will want to take the fuel trailer off with me rather than dragging it with the Tatterin. So I'm not going to do that one now. I'm interested. I kind of want to get the scanning trailer down here, really, don't I? That would make the most sense. But I also had this one to do. which I think would be useful because it will open up, and this is what I said at the end of the last episode that I would probably do this episode, is it would open up all of that middle. I may still need to scan bits of it to make sure I don't miss anything, but it would show me quite a lot of the middle of that water. I don't think there's a way across here where that Tuz was. I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to drown the Tatterin. I think I will come around and just sort of trace this water. Give me a chance to look at this before I try driving on it. And trace the edge of this lake around to measurement zone 1 and try and do them a bit in sequence. Bearing in mind that 7 is right next to 2, so somewhere along the line I won't do them in sequence, probably. I think that's what I should do. Coming into dark, unfortunately. And if I can get this one done fairly easily, I think the next thing after that should be to bring the Yar with the scanning trailer and get that corner that I just pointed out on the west side of the map. Right, so that is not a thing that I'm going to try and drive over. So that's just me going to fall in the sea. I was hoping I would be able to get through there, but it isn't looking like a good path, is it? So maybe I'll just try and go up this way. I want to get back down on the beach, really, but probably go over the edge of this one. It's another one where this scout is a little bit too big for what looked like a path. Especially when there's no trees to pull yourself with. But plenty of rocks to belly out on. So I'm deliberately, I know I'm on ice and I could probably go faster, but I want to learn the ice route. Is that solid? Is that good enough? Ice. So that's another very thin part of ice there. That's a little bit more like I could risk it for a biscuit. Bit dangerous, isn't it? But what's life without a bit of danger? Safe, I think is the word. Ooh. Not the big chunk of ice in then. That's relatively passable so far. In terms of big trucks, if I had to come this way. The amount of time that must have spent detailing this part of the coast. Incredible. I'm sure there'll be some rock and ice dev somewhere that was absolutely cursing the level designer. So now, in terms of waypoints, now that I've moved up a little bit, do I want to? It doesn't matter which order I do them in. So maybe I should risk this crossing, do 6, and then move clockwise around the group rather than carrying on the coast. Get a feel for this crossing because I may have to use it. It looks passable. A big chunk of ice just blew at me then. It's a bit dodgy, isn't it? But I wanna understand it. So that trailer isn't anything that you can either... See, that's weird, isn't it? You would be able to winch to that in real life. Not that I need to at the moment, but... Okay, so that's passable. The Tatering can do it. Big trucks should be able to do that as well. So that bridge is safe enough to use if I need to. Although as you're driving, those big chunks of ice are flying around, so probably quite easy to make it not passable. And this is the first of the waypoints. And then I'm going to turn left and try and get to number 5, is it? I think we just went over 6. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up, back her up, back her up. You see the way that ice flew? Youch. It's breaking ice there, so big truck beware. Did not mean that to rhyme at all. Could get that as a t-shirt though, couldn't I? It could be merch for the channel. Breaking ice there, big truck beware. Right, so this should be update 5. So we drift into it. Yep. So that's 5 and 6 done. I am going to come around this side now and try and get to 4. And another broken bridge. I wonder if this is a fixable. There's not very many fixable bridges in Kola Peninsula. I think we've only found one fixable bridge. Oh. Breakable ice. So there's a bunch of big truck trapped here. That is a pretty decrepit bridge. And again, not seeing any signs of tasks to repair it. Did I already get 4? No. Must be directly ahead there then. Must be the one right in the middle. It looks just about passable. Ish. Do you know? Where are we now? So we'll push on to 3 and then try and work our way south to the other 3. Yeah. And I think there's only one contest. We found it. I didn't look at what it was because we haven't been to the spot to get it yet, but there's only one contest on this map. animal noises there. I don't think, when I've been editing, I don't think the animal noises come through very well. So I'm going to get on top of that hill somehow. Looks to me like 7 is on top of the hill. Best way to do an ascent for that is... It's a road of sorts here, but I don't know whether that winds to go up on top of the hill or not. It kind of looks more like back here. And pick up this road to get up to that one. That's a safer bet. Sliding. I'll find my way up through these trees. Ah, so they're up to a church up here. Oh, is this the thing I spotted when I first scouted? Maybe even the first watchtower. I spotted what looked like a church on top of a rock. It almost looked like an encampment. Oh, an upgrade as well. Cool. It almost looked like an encampment thing, but it does look like it's a rock perimeter, but a flat plateau with a church on it. I wondered if it was like a castle or some kind of military thing. So let's get the POI first, and then we'll see what this upgrade is. Engine off. Active suspension. Manual control over the road clearance for optimal performance on all kinds of terrain. Not for this truck. So what's the truck list? Oh, it's okay. So it's an upgrade for the Warthog. So as somebody kindly pointed out in comments, at the very least, if I'm not going to keep the Warthog, I need to make sure I sell these upgrades before I sell the Warthog. And I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on the Warthog because I haven't seen anything about it, good or bad, which kind of means it's probably indifferent or so useless nobody even bothers to review it. I don't know. It's certainly not set the world on fire by being amazing, because if it had, there'd have been comments and reviews about it. I just want to work out my best way down now. So that is a pretty steep. Yeah, I saw that from the watchtower over here, I think. I was when I got that watchtower, I was admiring the view of this one. I think I even did a close-up on the edit of that. And interestingly, that there is a side trail, so I'm gonna come out down here, take this side trail down, and the trail I was looking at from the other side does look like it would have snaked up here, but it might have been a harder drive. Now I'm gonna come down through here to get that zone 2. Progress, blimey, we're blasting for it, really, aren't we? I mean, I'm not getting cocky yet, but I'm also at the same time, in a slightly cocky way, wondering what region I should go to after Polar Peninsula. Suggestions, thoughts, and comments and requests, please. What should I do? Should I go and do phase 7? Should I do a Muir? I don't know. A sensible YouTube response would have been, as soon as phase 7 dropped, do that. Because the content that is fresh when the phase is first released will get more YouTube hits, because more people will be interested in it, I think, while it's fresh. I'm not a sensible YouTube content creator, so I'm doing what feels fun to me and taking comments and advice from my community. Oh, now that's got to have done some pretty serious damage. So all of that, look, That is weird. All of that, I'm just going to go into my right side wheels are still 15, 4, 5, 5. And I've just taken out one of the front wheels on the left side. Madness. So let's repair it all up. I've got 0 repair points and only 3 wheels left. So if I now hit something solid and take out all 4 of the right side, I'll be taking this back for resupply. And I probably should be taking it back for resupply anyway. It's a real shame that you can't resupply your vehicle from the service parts trailer that carries 1,500 spare parts and 8 wheels. It'd be great if you could use that trailer to restock your scouts. So then you just have one big trailer that you ferry supply points on. Because I'm pretty close to having 0 wheels. Spares. Right, this is not a nice bit of terrain, but I think the Tatooine can handle it. Yeah, no problem. Right, so this will complete this task. This is the last update, I believe. Yes, it is. Measurement Zone 1. So we've done it half backwards, but we got there. Everything for the pictogram. Oh, I think this might be the one where I get to keep the camera. Do I have to get... Is he here to collect the camera, or do I have to take it to him? Maybe it's a digital camera and I'll send him the pics, but I'll keep the DSLR. $4,800. I probably should give his camera back, shouldn't I? Be a good guy. Didn't get up here to see what this is. Maybe I should do that. So somewhere that's pretty beaten up, but somewhere through whatever that route is, we get in and have a look at what this little compound is, see if there's any tasks in here. This is the sort of thing that, this is why you need the scouting trailer, because even though I've driven fairly close to that, it's not going to show me if there's anything in there unless I get close enough to actually see it. That's why the exploration trailer is so useful. I shied away from a Muir and came here for 2 reasons. One was that there were some upgrades on here that I wanted, and there was too much of it to call it a special expedition. It would have been several episodes to get the things I wanted, because I wanted the Action, the F750, the upgrades for it, the twin steer, all-wheel drive. You know, there was enough stuff there. It would have been 2 or 3 special expeditions. So that's one reason I came here. But the other reason is, as this is a 2 map region, and I know that it's the first one that's got the breaking ice mechanic, and it felt like a more sensible place to learn that mechanic rather than going to a Muir, which is 4 maps, massive, and I felt that I could easily lose myself there for 50 episodes. It's just huge. So yeah, that was the rationale for not going to a Muir in the first place. But then I may need to leave it with a mud map next and save some snow. I don't want to do all of the snow and then have nothing but mud to take me to the end of the series. Yeah, interested in you guys' thoughts on... That's another down power pole. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the power. That's why I'm coming in here. I want to see if I can find whatever it is that is needed to unlock that garage. So there is a task of some sort and a POI over on the right there. Yellow marching ants and blue marching ants. This looks like, is this a loading zone? Can't access it because I haven't got a suitable trailer. But that looks to me like that might be a cargo. I'll look in a minute. Oh, there's a scout flatbed. Again, another scout flatbed. So they are setting it up for you to do scout deliveries on this map. I have no idea what that gave me as an update, but it's done. Turn around, come back out, see if there's anything else over here. I think I just knocked over his outhouse. So what is this? Wooden planks, timber shipment. And again, it doesn't say there's a limited amount, but I'm sure there will be. And then that's that trailer. Wooden planks. And I wonder if that's a... Yeah, same as what I'm speculating for the metal beams. And I wonder if that's what that symbol means. There's a house here, you can take cargo from it, but you can only take so much and then the house will be gone. So I've seen that mechanic in other people's gameplay. That's a fairly good bit of scouting we've got done there. Opened up that middle of the map. But I think the most important thing to do next is I want to jump back into the Yar, which is fully fueled because it's parked next to a trailer. Come across this ice and find my way up to pick up the exploration unit, and then bring the exploration unit south with the Yar and try and get to about here with the Yar and get a scan, maybe, you know, whatever this road is, find my way. So something like, I've got to get the trailer, but then once I've got the trailer, something like follow that road that way and see where it goes. Because I haven't found the wooden planks delivery yet, but for all I know it's locked behind the metal beams. I know I've got to do the metal beams, but maybe I should focus on that. We are... Lights on. All drive. So I've just seen that terrain glitch there, and I don't remember seeing that when I drove in for fuel earlier. And I have started noticing a pattern that the terrain seems to glitch when I log or when I transfer to a vehicle that's already on a piece of the map. This is breaking ice, careful. I think I'm alright as long as I keep some speed. Don't think I can see what this is. Yeah, it's either a delivery or a pickup point for those things, I reckon, but... Trying to steer then, I didn't have chains. Maybe up there. I don't know whether I can climb over the roadblock from this side, the way that I came over it last episode in the other direction. I don't know whether that's asking a bit much in this direction. I'll try it, because that's where my trailer is, and it's the easiest way to get back to the trailer. If I can make this climb. There's a titanium tree ahead of me, that'll help. So if I can get far enough to reach that tree, my favourite type of tree. Looks sweet and innocent, but it is made of titanium. There we go. Doesn't bend a bit, look. It's a spindly little twig. That's why I call it titanium. Doesn't flex, lynch. Cool. Right, so that's me back to my trailer. A bit easier than I thought it might have been. Let's see if I can hook that to that. Yeah. It should allow me to spin that around. Not too much bother. Then pushing on. And then this episode has then been a combination of mostly finishing scouting, but also getting 2 or 3 tasks done at the same time, which is always nice. I believe, based on comments, that now that I have unlocked this trailer, I'll be able to buy it on other maps. So this will become a common pattern. Every new region, basically, drive around with a scout and this trailer. All the lights looking pretty as usual. Is that where I said I would scan? So I've got a 350 range, so that I reckon, yeah, it's grey to here, so maybe I want to push on a little bit further. I'm looking forward to getting on here and doing some big truck deliveries. I think this terrain is going to be quite challenging. And I know I've got to move the big 5-slot wide semi or gooseneck trailer. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I know it's the wide trailer and it's a high saddle job. Right, that's a good spot. That's a good spot to scan. Bit of the radar. Bit dark for a screenshot, unfortunately. Troublesome motor discovered. So we got to tag that and another fuel carrier. I bet that tells troublesome motor. So we got to push on through here, top up with fuel, leave the trailer there because I've got no reason to take it anywhere else. There's fuel littered out all over the place. Until I know the cargo routes I'm going to use, I'm basically just going to leave the fuel more or less where it is. And then when I know I've finished in an area, I push on anyway because I could do it coming into here and doing another scan, couldn't I, to get that bit of corner. But I'm going to try and tag that troublesome motor. I bet that's that TUS 166 that we dipped in the sea. Another broken down knackered chassis, just to emphasize the harshness of the terrain. My back wheel's stuck on that. Really? It could bump over that, surely. I mean, I know I drove right over what is an obvious trap, but that's because I thought it would be no problem. So there's the Scout fuel trailer. Feels like a lot of fuel on the map, but I'm sure I'll be running out towards the end of it and wondering where it all went. So I assume that whatever part of the world, I know it's Russian Federation, I don't know if this is based on a real region of Russia. I guess it must be because the American maps are. This is not familiar to me, but yeah, I guess this must be based on a real region of Russia. I wonder if that is an area that then turns into hot, dry, arable land in the summer, and that this is a winter snapshot of an area. Because this number of beehives must be related to farming, obviously, pollination, and they don't serve a purpose in the game. There's not really, apart from, you know, I'm potentially recovering a truck for somebody that's got some beehives and that sort of thing. But the beehives themselves don't do anything in the game. So I was just wondering if this is an area that would be like swelteringly hot in the summer. Troublesome motor. Look, yesterday me and my pals were wheeling around on the ice and ended up stuck in the pressure ridges. Care to pull the car free, eh? $2,500. That's got to be the TUS 166. Yeah, TUS 166. Deliver it. So I've already dragged it up to there. Where is the... And the parking lot is here. Okay, so it's got to be delivered back up to these beehives, which is a pretty unfriendly place to have to deliver it, but whatever. Yeah. I bet that TUS isn't far off the size of this trailer. Really? If you put the two side by side. And then I'm going to try and push on down this trail to get into what looks like a dilapidated old town and run a scan. Just to make sure there's nothing in that corner that I've missed. Because there's a big bit of fog of war on the edge of this map and it makes me nervous that I'm missing something. And on that note, where do I want I want to kind of get to about there and then scan. Always nice to have an objective so I know roughly how far I'm going. And the direction. Yeah, very capable scout this. Very capable. If you had this in Michigan, you would stomp through the scouting activity there. Although on a new save, you're obviously going to be limited in terms of what unlocks you've got for it. Wheels, engines, gearboxes, etc. are all a bit more limited on a new save. I might even have dabbled with this on my campaign mode save and not liked it precisely for that reason. I didn't have the right things to make it shine. A muddy hole that I've just wandered into. Might be the last scan I need to do on the map. Have a think about whether there's anything in the central area that I'd still need to uncover. Probably been driving past POIs that I could have got to quite easily, so that's probably the downside of not being a bit more thorough with this. But I think that's not a bad scan spot. Right, so that's not showing me anything. There's no cargo pickups, no tasks. Basically no reason to come down in this corner anymore. Which isn't bad, because that says that once I've done the TUS delivery here, that scout trailer can just go with me and leave this corner of the map empty. I've got another fuel carrier here at the logging station. Maybe do with a running the scanner somewhere around here. Just to make sure, but I think I've probably got all of the map that I care about uncovered now. I haven't quite tagged all of the tasks because I didn't get these ones in the corner. Okay, so that's a good bit of progress done. I think I should focus on the garage next, in the next episode. That's my plan. Try and get that garage unlocked. I think that's the most useful thing for me to do. But that is going to be a wrap for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.